Thanks, everybody.
Let me see your please, folks. Yeah, Mr. Trussell. We're here in the state of Florida versus Trussell, 2014-201 CF. We're being digitally recorded. Why don't we get you all to identify yourselves for the record for the state?
Jack Campbell, Assistant State Attorney, Special Appointed.
Okay, and for the defense?
Andrew Garcia on behalf of Mr. Trussell, who's also present to my right, Your Honor.
All right. As the trial said June 6th, let's go over a few preliminary matters on that. What's that? Where is it? All right. Learning technology here. So I guess if the man's lit up, that means we're recording. All right, now we better start over again. I have State of Florida versus Trussell, 2014-201 CF. Mr. Campbell for the state, Ms. Garcia for the defense, and Mr. Trussell is present. It's on, the mic is on red. Does that mean it's on? All right, okay. Couple of preliminary matters as to the trial. I know, Mr. Campbell, you're filling in for Mr. Meggs here today. How long is the state anticipating their part of the trial will take?
Your Honor, we've listed 7 witnesses. I believe that the direct of them will be no more than 1 hour per witness, probably substantially less. So it depends on the cross, Your Honor, but I would think that we'd be able to do it in 1 business day. One of the questions I have for the court is if we were going to do a pick and go, or if we were going to start the day after jury selection. But if it was a 1 full day, I would expect us to rest by 5 o'clock that evening.
Okay. It will be done, is what I know what you mean by pick and go. In other words, we'll pick the jury. We will move immediately into opening statements and start the testimony that day. We're not going to pick a jury and come back the next day. So that's how we will proceed.
Yes, sir.
I know Ms. Garcia's been kind of unilaterally telling people that this is a 2-week trial. I'm not expecting a 2-week trial, Ms. Garcia. We're going to get this done in a week. You need to have your witnesses available by Tuesday afternoon. If we have to go late in the evening to get it done, we're going to get it done, but we're going to get it done in a week. We don't have 2 weeks, so please quit telling people this is a 2-week trial. It's not going to be a 2-week trial. We will start on June 6th at 8:30 in courtroom B, because the jurors will be gathering in here. That's the little courtroom around the corner. I hope that's the right designation of it. Is that the right name for it? Courtroom B, so we can take care of any preliminary matters there. I know that late yesterday there were a number of motions filed by the defense. I had the opportunity to review those that were filed up till about 4:45, and then there were a number filed after that. I have not had an opportunity to review all of those. Apparently we need a hearing time between now and the trial to deal with those. The only date that I have available is June 1st. That's Wednesday. And I don't know, I hear from y'all whether you want to do it here in person or want to do it in Tallahassee and do it by phone. Does the state have a preference?
Your Honor, not knowing what Mr. Meggs' schedule is for June 1st, I think logistically it'd be best if we did by phone. That's my recommendation because it gives us the most flexibility for all parties.
All right, Ms. Garcia.
Your Honor, it requires to have an entry hearing, as it's numerous motions to
On where?
suppress.
On the motion to suppress
There's numerous
statements.
motions to suppress.
I'm
So,
unlikely to have an evidentiary hearing on that. I have read that motion. If there are issues on that, we'll probably take that up during the course of the trial. I need to analyze a little more carefully whether there's a prima facie motion at all, but I had a quick skim of it, so I have not studied that. But if we need to take evidence, we'll do that during the course of the trial. Are there any of the other motions requiring an evidentiary hearing?
There's other motions, Your Honor, to dismiss.
But my question is, are any of the others going to require an evidentiary hearing? Since I haven't read the others.
Right. I'm not sure at this point, Your Honor.
Okay, well, do you have a preference of whether you want to do it here in person or appear by phone?
In person, Your Honor.
Okay. And why is that?
I think that having all of us in one room where the defendant can be present and we can have a proper formal hearing would be more appropriate for
Okay.
motions of this caliber and importance.
All right, well, tentatively, what we'll do is set to have a hearing here June 1st at 1 p.m. I've checked with the judge's judicial assistant who handles calendaring. She says they have felony court here in the morning, but that in the afternoon the courtroom would be available. Mr. Campbell, I know you're a little handicapped on being able to speak for Mr. Megg's calendar, but frankly, I don't have any other time that I can do it. So I think we'll just have to figure out a way.
If need be, I'll be here myself, Your Honor. We'll have it covered.
Okay. Ms. Garcia, why don't you do a notice of hearing for June 1st at 1 o'clock here in this courtroom, and since they're your motions that you're wanting to be heard.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay. One of the things I was going to say was that I wanted the defense to submit their proposed jury instructions. It would appear, and as again, all I've read was the front page, it would appear the defense has submitted proposed jury instructions. Is that correct, Ms. Garcia?
They're not fully completed, Your Honor. As stated in my motion, I requested a hearing on the jury instructions, and there's a few of them drafted, and I'm going through them now, and I'm going to complete the drafting of them, and I'll be emailing it as we were doing prior to see if we can resolve it without the hearing. But otherwise, I filed my motion for the hearing. If there's any disputed instructions.
Well, we'll fine tune them during the trial, but any proposed jury instructions that you want the court to consider want to be filed by the end of the day, May 27th.
Okay.
And if the state wants to respond, I know I've already received some proposed jury instructions from the state. I assume you've seen those, Ms. Garcia?
Yes, they're actually attached to the motion, Your Honor, and I put some of my comments toward those, and then I will be working it through, and I will be presenting them to you with the state's proposals, with my proposed changes, as well as my individual instructions that we're requesting as a defense.
If the state wants to respond, I want them to respond by the end of the day, May 31st.
Yes, sir.
And both of you, please submit your proposed instructions to me in a word or word perfect format so that I can edit them without having to retype the whole thing. I think we've already probably gotten the state's proposed word format, but so we can work on that, and any issues that we can, we'll take up on June 1st to the extent we need to take up further issues on the jury instructions. All right. Now, the only motions I saw noticed for today was Vaughn's motion to quash and Judge Parker's motion to quash. I don't see representative of the Attorney General's office here.
Your Honor, they canceled the hearing.
Okay.
Notice of cancellation was filed yesterday.
All right. I had not seen that. You received it? Okay. All right. I think they had assumed they could do that by phone. I just was not, I wasn't going to mix that in with this, to have a phone hearing mixed in with this. Other motions that I did get a chance to review, there were two motions for exculpatory evidence filed by the defense. I'm going to deny both those motions as moot. They're unnecessary. The state has an obligation without motion to provide exculpatory materials to the defense. I'm confident the state's aware of that, but I will remind them of that obligation. The review of that is an after-the-fact review. It's not a court proceeding in advance. And I'm sure the state's aware of their obligations, correct, Mr. King?
Yes, Your Honor, we are.
Okay. So we will, there was a motion, I haven't noted all the motions, but I guess, Ms. Garcia, you were assuming that the motions that you filed yesterday would be heard on our June 1st date?
Yes, Your Honor.
Was there anything else that you wish to bring up today?
Not today, Your Honor.
Mr. Campbell?
No, Your Honor, just this morning I've been approached by a couple of witnesses who have indicated that they have travel plans, and that they were under subpoena. They may, through counsel, want to file motions to quash their subpoena. I know you've quashed some other. Would you want that? I just want to give them some clarity.
If, I'll let y'all work out when we have hearing on that, if they want to come here on June 1st, or if y'all can agree to an intervening phone hearing, we could probably work out phone hearing. It would seem that might be the kind of thing we could, work out over the phone to have a hearing on. Usually those are not terribly complicated, but I guess we'll leave it to them and discuss with y'all and see, what agreement can be reached on that.
Yes, sir. I'll indicate, I'll try to get it done in the next couple of weeks, so we have it done before June 1, so they can plan their travel accordingly and know whether they're going to need to be here for the trial period or not.
Okay.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right. Anything else on either side?
No, Your Honor. Thank you very much.
Let me, we got Mr. Hoyt here. You, Mr. Hoyt, come up here for a second. Turn your camera off, please.